Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Genevieve Designs. Today we're going to make an insert for our album that we are creating. We're going to make the insert that's going to go in this back 3D pocket, and I've already got I think just about everything prepped and ready, but there's a few fun little things that we're going to do in this video, so I'll have timestamps down below if you want to go back to it at some point or you want to jump ahead, whatever it is that you want to do. But there is a video playlist for this album. I will link that up there, and you can follow along from the introduction video all the way to this video and beyond, depending on what time you're watching this, whether you're watching it newly released or 2 years from now. So that's in there. There is a list for the printable templates that I am using. I've got that linked in the description box and the first pinned comment. There's Amazon list. There's resource lists like Amazon, like adhesives and magnets and things, and all the spiel, the whole thing. All of that in the description box. First pinned comment, timestamps, blah. So this is the timeless printable scrapbook album templates that we're using, and this is the paper collection that I'm using, Rustic Charms by Mintay. I'm trying to use one paper pack and one die cut set from this collection, but you could just literally cut the back out and use that, the back of the title sheet, and use that instead. Totally up to you. I'm trying to, since we're making the smallest version, I'm trying to keep the product, you know, the amount of things that you need less, I think is what I'm trying to say. I think what I'm going to do, I think what I first am going to do is, I think we're going to go ahead and mat this. So let me show you what I have prepped and ready to go. Okay, the mats for page 20 are on page 50. So I have, where did the mat go? Oh, does this sit right here? Yeah. Okay, so I have traced that mat out onto this pattern paper. It was a scrap, so that was the back. You guys probably remember using that piece. So I traced this out here, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was a rectangle. So I traced that out, inked it up, cut it out, all the things. And then I forgot about the sides of the 3D pocket. So then I went into the scrap drawer and found another piece of this paper collection, and I traced the mats for the box onto that. And I know what some of you were thinking, that is so fiddly, and I don't know if I could do that. You don't have to mat the sides of your boxes. If you want to, you could have inked it. You could have printed your background design version, and it would have already had something on it. You can literally go back and watercolor it if you want to. Whatever it is you want to do, you don't have to do the tedious thing that I did. But that is what I did, so I wanted to show you that. So we're going to do this first. We're going to mat this, I think. Yeah, we're going to mat the box, and then we're going to move on to the next step. So I'm going to move this out of the way, because this is pretty easy. Now remember, this is not permanent. This is just here for now. Here, also let me take the cover off so that I can lay it flat. So this is just the tool that we made to keep our 3D boxes from collapsing while we're working on other pages. So I've just got it sitting in there, and I'm going to leave it there for now. So I'm just going to take some Fabri-Tac. This is Fabri-Tac by Beacon, and I am going to glue these down just really quick. I've already inked everything up, so okay, just as simple as that. All right, now that we've got that done, let's make the insert. So I've already got everything printed. and prepped. So hold on. Okay, for the insert there, we are going to make a booklet out of page 21 and 22. So I printed I was getting ready to say watermelon background. I don't have a watermelon background. Jeez. I printed the Flutter background design, and it's on 80-pound white cardstock. I printed page 21 and 22, but I'm going to show you 21 at the moment. And I cut everything out. I scored this line and this line, and then I put tape on this tab. On the back side, I inked everything. So for this little pocket that goes on the covers of the little booklet, I scored all three, and I attached the long strip to the two small strips. And I inked up just a little bit. You don't have to do that part, but it's just in case it's seen, so it's not stark white, you know. So I'm just giving that a little bit more of an ink. And then on page 22, don't need those anymore. Same thing, printed the Flutter background design. I've cut them out, inked them up. This one I scored. I did the same thing, attached it. This one also needs to be inked up a little bit here. Right, so then for both of these, the covers, these are the two covers. I took the mats, which you could either use page 52 or 51. I took the mats and I traced it onto this pattern paper. So this is the way the pattern paper, is it this? This way, and is it this way? So this was the pattern paper. I like my wood grain sometimes to go a different direction than what they have on the printed paper. So I just traced it out to where the length of it will be this way, and then the width of it will be this way. So I traced both out side by side because I'm going to have them going up and down. So I traced two of these out. There's the other side, and I've got them inked up just a little bit, and I'm going to put these aside. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the two covers, and I am going to attach the one piece that doesn't have a tab to the tab of the other piece, like this. This is actually going to be the inside of our little booklet. So I'm going to flip this around because it's easier for me to see. And I'm going to remove the tape backing. And you could do the glue stick trick here if you would like. And I'm going to just lay it, don't go over the score though. I'm going to lay this down. Just like that. Nice. It's just as simple as that. And then I'm going to turn it over and burnish with the Teflon bone folder. I'm just inking that little edge up there. And then I am going to add the pockets, one on each side. So again, this is going to be the inside of the booklet. So I'm going to add these just real quick. Glue on my finger. All right. So there's the beginnings of our little booklet. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do the pages first or the covers first. I think I'll do the pages first. So that way it'll be easier when I go to do the cover. They'll be, yeah, I'm going to do the pages first. So I am going to, for this particular booklet, I'm going to be using like vintage papers and coffee stain papers. And you guys know my love for junk journals and junk journaling and making, just using old things that you have purchased or found, or they're your old things, your old ephemeras, whatever it is. I just have a selection here. Some of these I purchased from Etsy sellers, and one of them actually no longer is selling. I don't know if she just stopped selling or just stopped selling currently. But I know the other one that I buy from, or that I have bought from, is Roxy Creations. So I will try to link what I purchased from her. I'll try to link that down below. And so it's just, these are a language I don't know. They're either French or Italian. I don't know. But it's just a bunch of different vintage book pages. And what I like about them is that it's the full book page. Like, you can literally put this in a signature like that. And I like that. So I tried to find ones that would fit inside my page covers. And then there's obviously bigger ones that I'm going to have to cut down. This is just an old address book that I coffee stained for a long time ago. I don't know, I just picked one out, and this is an old ledger piece. This is an old handmade paper. I got a handmade paper kit. I want to make handmade paper so bad. This is from my mom's stationery that was in her stuff, and it's kind of like a parchment vellum-y thing, but it has like this gold edging, which I think is super pretty. This is just an old typed, I think it was a play. And then coffee stained paper, and then an old book, a large old book page. So I just grabbed a bunch of different things. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, like, I know these are already folded pages that will fit most likely. This one I bet you says Bible. I bet you this isn't, oh, there's 2 pages. I just need one. We'll put this one back. Like, I don't know, you know, like this could be folded in half this away, or it could be folded in half this away, because it'll fit. I don't know why I was using that. It'll still fit, so I'm going to fold it this way. This one, I may just use half of it. How skinny would it be? Or I could do it like this, and it could just be on both sides. Right? So this was also in my mom's stash, I think. I'm not 100% certain, but I feel like that makes sense. So there's that. There's this. It's already folded. This is already folded. I mean, I don't know if all of this will fit in there or not either. This is obviously way too tall, but I do like that top. So I kind of want to, I'm going to mark it with a pencil. I don't know if I want it to be all the way to the edge or not. I'm going to mark it with a pencil, and I'm going to tear it with a ruler, I think, just to get the right height. This is a vintage ledger that I own myself. It's huge. It is a very large ledger. And there's no way I will be able to go through the whole thing. No way, no way, no how. So, we've got that. And I guess technically we could use this as a page as well. Will it still fit? Yep. So let's do it since we got it out. Oh, I see. And look at how fragile this is. I don't know if you can see it cracking, but I'm okay with that. And then this one obviously is too big, but I do want it to be folded in half. Or I could have it on the top. That might be fun. Something like this. Yeah, I love my junk journals. I love making these types of journals. I just think they're fun. Okay, so this, if you fold this straight in half, it's going to be too wide. So I think what I'll do is do things like that. So we got that one. Should we do a skinnier one, or is this, if it's skinny, is that perfect? Eh. We'll do a long skinny one. There's no exact science to this, you guys. Just do what feels good to you. Big. Fold this in half. Whoops. I actually used my scan and cut and cut some flowers out of this paper. That was fun. I might do it like this, where I take the top off, because I kind of like that space. It'd be a good spot to journal or add a pocket or whatever. I'm not gonna fold that one just yet. We may not need that one. So here's what I'm gonna do. Oops. I'm gonna go through and make a signature. Did we decide that this one would? We did decide that one will fit inside of there. Okay, let's see if it'll fit in there now. Pretty good. There's that little piece right there. So all I'm gonna do, I think, is just fold it in for now. Okay, so now I just need to decide how I want to attach it in here. All right, I'm gonna try to close these. I'm gonna try to keep these. I'm right here, you guys. I'm just trying to find something to use to hold these together. All right. So I'm gonna use a pokey tool, and I'm gonna use my gold Baker's twine. I don't know if we've used this in this album yet, but I'm going to use it. And I'm going to cut me a piece off. I've got this linked in the Amazon list. And I'm going to use a big needle. This is, what are they this is a certain type of needle. It's blunt. You know, you can't really, there's no really poking. I say that, but there probably is poking. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke the hole through here. So I'm going to go through the center. Let's just use the book page there. And I'm going to come down here. And I'm going to go up here. Whoops. How did I lose that piece? Jeez. Try it again. Poke. 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 Alright, so then I'm going to lay this down. And I'm going to turn it around. And I'm going to mark where those holes are. And I'm going to poke through here. Just do your best. Just eyeball it. Just don't poke your finger because that's not fun. Okay, now I can sew it on. So I'm going to start in the middle. Go through the pages and the cover. Go down to the bottom. Come back through. Then go up to the top. Go through all pages and cover. Actually, I shouldn't waste so much. And then come back through the center and all the way into the center of the signature. Okay, so I'm just going to tie a double knot. And I'm going to cut it. Okay, now let's take these clips off. And paper clips. Go and I'm going to give this just a little bit of a burnish right there. So now we have the guts of our book. So I'm going to bring the journal back over so I can show you the album back over. So this is going to go in here like that. Okay, fits perfectly. Let me tilt this up. So yeah, this is where that journal is going to go. So let's finish this up. I'm not going to put that back in because we're getting ready to stuff it. Okay, I'm going to scooch in. Oh, that's too far. Too close, I mean. Uh-oh, you're also crooked. There we go, I think. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to mat the front and back. I don't think it matters. You're not going to see them both at the same time. So just pick your favorite that you want on the front. And I'm going to put this one on the front just because I like this little part right here. I think that, I don't know, it just adds interest. And I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac. right, the first thing I'm going to do is I have a little clip here. I'm going to put this on here to keep it closed, and it'll end up staying with the journal. So I'm just gonna leave it, because when I put it in the pocket I can just fold those over like that. I don't know what these are called. For whatever reason I'm drawing a blank of what those are called. Clips. They're just clips. So I've already gathered some things, and I've made something. If you stay to the end of the video, I'll show you how I did this, and I'll bring it closer to you. I'll show you how I did this at the end of the video. So I'm gonna make it again with you guys at the end of the video, so stay tuned. But anywho's, here's what I'm thinking. I've got some die cuts from the paper collection. I've got some of the flowers from the Timeless that I have previously cut out, and I've inked it up, and I put brads in there, and I've added some of the gilding wax to it. And I have some, this is a journal spot from the Journal Spot set number 2. This is going to be like the title. And then I have some string. I was thinking about putting some string under here, but we'll see. We shall see. So first thing I want to do actually is I'm going to get my cover back out, because I want to be able to see exactly where I want to put my label, because you're going to need 2 of these. I'm going to shut this. I'll just show you. Okay, so it's going to look like that. So I'm going to have a label on the outside as well. So I need to make sure that my label, actually I'll grab that label so that I can maybe even temporarily tuck it on there. Tuck it. So these are exactly the same. I don't know which way I actually had my scan and cut these out, so they're exactly the same. So I just scanned it, and then it went through. Okay, so I'm going to use some of my purple tape to temporarily touch that down. It's low tack tape. Into here. So I'm gonna stick this here, and then I'm gonna stick this in here like that, and I'm gonna see if that's where I want that to be. I know it seems ridiculous, but okay, so it needs to scoot over just a little bit, but that's the right height that I want it. So I'm going to hold this down with that for a minute. Yeah, so it'll be like that. So I'll just have to scoot that over when the time comes. But yeah, okay, so that's kind of what we're going for. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue that down, because, oh no, I'm not either. But what I am going to mark it just so that I can put it exactly where just in case it moves, I can put it exactly where it needs to go, because I want to put some flowers, I think. Maybe not. I don't want to cut off a bunch of flower either. So I was thinking about, I feel like I need a smaller version of this. I don't think there is one though. I think this is the smallest. Okay, I think that's what we're going to do. So I am going to move this tape to a different spot. Let me make sure that's still straight. Yep. Alright, so before I glue that down, I'm thinking about that. And then I want to put a cluster of flowers down here, and my little butterfly key thing down here. Wow, let's see. So this kind of now seems super big. Okay, trying to think if that's what I like, or not have any of this. and just have this. What do we like better? I guess I can always come back and add the flowers. So, all right, the first thing I'm gonna do is, actually I'm gonna glue these down first because everything else. So I'm going to glue these down. They just have brads. And I'm going to use a lot of glue. And I've already told you that I've inked up things. And then I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to add a ton of glue to this puppy as well. I don't know if anything else is going to touch. But me using keys in my albums, I've been doing that forever. I love them so much. And I don't think I'll ever get enough of them. But real quick, before everything sets, I'm going to bring my book back over, my album. And I'm going to stick this in here and I'm going to see what it looks like. Oh, I wanted to use some thread, didn't I? Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Let me see if I can add just some gold thread, because we've used it already on a flower. I don't know if I ever linked it or anything, but it's just like that messy look. I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason for how to do something like this, but I am going to do my best. So I'm going to take this off, and I'm just going to try to tuck this in and around. That's the beauty of Fabri-Tac, you guys. You can move things around, which is awesome for a short period of time. Anyway. I can't decide if I like that or not. I am going to shove some of these under here. It would have been better if I'd have done this first. I don't want to put more down here. Where's my thread? You can completely omit this part if it's like just too much. Just too much. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave it like that. It's a very subtle little thing, but it's still, I think, pretty cool. So now I'm gonna take the gilding wax and I'm going to kind of ink the edges with it, just to give a little pizzazz. And I am going to glue this down, but I'm not going to glue it all the way down. I'm just going to glue it down in the center, just in case I want to tuck something in there. I now need to go back to where I'm supposed to put it. Boop. Boop. Perfect. Okay, we're going to let that sit for a minute. And I'm going to bring my cover back over. So I'm going to move these things over here out of the way a little bit. Because I want to put, oh, I meant to do the gilding wax. Shoot. Let me do this. Boy, I've lost my marbles. All right, I'm going to stick this in here so that I can put it exactly where I want it to be, where I'm hoping it'll be, anyway. Like that. You can't hardly see. And then I'm going to glue this to match. So I just need to glue it on the one side, and I'm just going to glue it in the middle. Whoop! I picked the wrong side. Good job. Good job, Jen. Picked the wrong side. I need the other side. So I need this side. Jeez. Okay. Boy, I've just made a mess of all that. I should have done the gilding wax a while back. You know what I mean? Like before I turned on the camera. But it's okay. We will overcome. Now I've got gold wax all over me. Blech. Now I'm sparkly. I'm very sparkly. Did I put it up? I did. Okay. Alright, I have some ideas. I don't know what I'm going to do yet exactly, but I picked some things out. I know I'm going to use, this is one of the number cards, but I can't decide if I want to use this typewriter, which I think is kind of cool because this is like a journal, right? So I don't know if I want to use this like on here, or if I want to use the clock on here. So there's that, or there's this. I think this seems more fun. So if I did this, and added this in here. Ooh, this could be, ooh, this could be sticking out of there. What do you think of that? That might be fun. Just not, ooh, wow, that was loud. Good idea, just not right now. Okay, I'm gonna glue this down. Stick this back there. Somehow, like this. Should I have it down here? What do you think? Should I have it under here? No, that's kind of silly. No. I want to use it so bad. No. There, I'll just layer it on there like that. How about that? I don't have to use it, but I do. I want to use it. I just feel like it's kind of fun to have all those layers. Okay. Alright, so that, I think that's it. I think that's it. What do you guys think? But don't go anywhere. I still am going to show you how to make this. So let me clear everything out, and I will show you how to make that. It's so cute, this little butterfly key thing. Okay, so we're going to make this little embellishment just real quick. Real quick. I say that. No, nothing's ever real quick. So you just need a few things. I'm going to scooch your way in. This is just a metal key. I will link them in the Amazon. I used the one on the cover. But we've used these keys that comes in different shapes and stuff for years. So if you've been making albums with me for a while, you probably already have a bunch in your stash. If not, they're not that expensive. You can get you a handful for a couple bucks. But anyway, and then we're going to use one of the resin pieces that we made in the resin casting video. I will link, whoa, I'm going way up here. I will link that right there. You don't have to use resin. You could use paper clay. You could use a metal butterfly. Whatever you want. You can't use a metal butterfly. I lied. Nope, no metal butterfly. But here's what we're gonna do. First thing, I'm gonna grab a scrap. I'm gonna try to find one in my garbage. This is just a white paper. I'm gonna punch a 1 inch circle out. Does it have to be an inch? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm going to fold it in half and cut it in half because I think I only need half. Okay. So I'm just going to use half of it. And next thing I need to do, I'm going to grab some scissors. So these are Tim Holtz scissors. They will cut through just about anything. Okay, just about anything. So I'm going to cut through this casting very gently with my scissors. Oh! Don't worry about the body part of it because we're going to cut that off. Bring my garbage bowl over here. We don't need the garbage. We don't need the center part. And also, I should have gotten a thinner version because we made several. But I'm kind of slanting it a little bit, like giving it a little slant so it's not a straight cut. I don't know how well if it's picked up at all. I'm not even sure if you can see anything. Do you see that? Right, there's a slant instead of a straight. I don't know if you can tell or not. I can't see. So I'm going to do the same thing to this other side. Take the body part off. And if you have issues with your hands, find someone who doesn't and just chip away at it. Because it's going to be glued down, so it's not like it's going to be seen by anybody. Okay, so now I have 2 pieces that look like this. Oops. This one here, the one on the cover, I used the gilding wax. I'm not going to do that right now just for demonstration purposes. But what's going to happen here is we're going to glue this down and these down onto that circle. Isn't that adorable? Okay, so I'm just going to grab my glue actually, and I'm going to put glue on this whole half circle, and I'm going to flip these over and I'm going to put glue on these pieces. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay my key on there. I'm gonna take my butterfly and lay that on there. This butterfly, lay that on there, and I'm just gonna kind of sandwich it. Oops, you see how the white paper is sticking out? So you can see I'm also making a glue mess. So before that gets too out of control, let me wipe that up a little bit. Okay, so now I just need to let this dry. I'm gonna grab, this is a rose quartz coaster that I use for my wax seals, so the glue won't stick to this. So I am just gonna I'm pressing too hard. I'm gonna let this dry before I use it. But it's just as simple as that. Just as simple as that. I made this one about an hour before I turned the camera on. So It's that easy. Super cute, super simple. If you have the resin, if you have the paper clay, you can cut through it even easier. So, and if you know when you're going to do this and you're going to make a butterfly, then go ahead, once it comes right out of the mold, go ahead and cut it. And that way it won't be as hard to cut. So that's probably the best idea, the best option. And if you do make one, let me know. Post it in my Facebook group so that we can all see what variations you guys come up with. But yeah, all right, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me, and make sure you check out all of the information in the description boxes. There's only one description box. Make sure you leave me a comment. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying the video series. Share me with your friends. You know, the whole thing, the whole thing. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.